Welcome to Six Figure Business Launch Pro. Actually, Blueprint, which I love. Your blueprint for success with, me, Melanie Greeno. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here. For those of you that know me, welcome back. I always love to have you learning in layers, meaning repeating trainings or attending different free trainings that are along the way, because of course we know that repetition is the mother of all skill. For those of you that are new, that do not know me, I am so glad that you stopped by. I've been in this industry full-time 10 years. I've trained multiple 6- and 7-figure earners. I absolutely love network marketing. I love to see people succeed. I believe it's the only place that someone that has no experience, no education, some of you are educated. I'm not saying that you're not, but I'm just saying where you can come that doesn't have a specific education in network marketing and go create a significant income for you and your family. And welcome to all companies, of course. I really am a fan of network marketing and this industry. And of course, I know many of you are in love with your companies, which is awesome, but I really love to see people succeed from any place. So just so you know, we're going to be going through a lot of information, keeping in mind that you don't have to remember everything. I want you to, as we go through this webinar, pick out 1 or 2 things and say, that's where I can improve, because at the end of the day, knowledge is not power, but applied knowledge is power. So as you are learning, you want to take these simple strategies and apply them to your business one bit at a time. And of course, we know that through repetition, we learn and we become masters. We also know that we can fine-tune our businesses and see our businesses explode. So, of course, I am the creator of this program, this information. I absolutely have crazy results. We ran this program live with a beta group, meaning a group that was willing to build the information with me, test it, etc. And we had results that would blow your mind. We saw people come out of the training with a 400% increase in their business according to their numbers in 8 weeks. We saw people that had no social media presence building a following in very quick order, people that couldn't get customers, having droves of customers, not only join their team, but having order product, but also having their customers refer customers. How cool is that, to have people referring you even when they're not getting paid for it? So you are in the right place if you are building a network marketing business and you want it to grow faster but create long-term results. If you are part-time and feel overworked and overwhelmed and not sure how you're going to get it all done. If you keep getting people started but not creating leaders in your organization and duplication, and if you're tired of feeling like an amateur, lacking the confidence to approach, those 5-star players, we call them the chicken list people, unsure of what your next move should be to go to the next level, and if you're unsure of your daily method of operation, this is a business, you need to have a daily method of operation. If you're unsure of that, of course, then you are in the right place, because we're going to go through that. Here's what you will learn by hanging on. You are going to learn to the end of the training. That means hanging out with us here. You're going to learn how to make a money-making list, how to use it so you never run out of qualified leads, how to create a blueprint for business success that will create 6 figures, and that is a different thing than making $1,000 or $2,000 a month. We want to identify and solidify your funnels. This will blow your mind. It always does. People are just like flabbergasted that they did not know this information before the webinar. And quite frankly, I ran into this around 2 years into the industry. I realized what was happening in my traditional business. I had funnels, but in my network marketing business, I did not. So this simple shift created massive results for me in the upcoming years. Of course, we're going to talk about branding yourself and crafting your message so that you know exactly who, why, and what you're doing, and how to communicate that in a way that makes people take action and feel really fired up to start referring you. You're also going to learn how to become a social media maven, so that you post, tweet, and Instagram the right things at the right time to tell your perfect story to your perfect contact. You can stop chasing the wrong people. Much of what we do in network marketing is just simply the wrong activities, which is why people end up getting stuck at lower levels of rank advancements because they're simply doing the wrong things at the wrong time. We're going to talk about $1 million mindset. And I will tell you, mindset is 98% of the battle, for real. You know, just the same as they say, you know, nonverbal communication is like, you know, 87% of our communication. Well, just the same as mindset is also, you know, 98% of what we do. And you'll see that here in a minute. Most of the time, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, but what you think before you do it. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about duplication and the magic pill, how to create a leadership funnel in your organization that's going to create people actually wanting to do the business on their own so that you don't burn out and do everything for everyone. How many of you would say that you feel like you do everything for everyone in your organization? You're constantly answering calls, you know, doing meetings, etc., and it feels like, you know, a giant daycare. So we're going to eliminate that today. Now, this training is not for you. For those of you that don't know me, you will get to know me. I was a broke, homeless, single mom, and I have fought tooth and nail for everything that I have in my life. So you will never get a pat answer from me. If you ask me something, I will give you the answer. So this is also part of what we do. If you're going to be successful in network marketing, you also want to realize that there are people that are not a fit for your offer. They're not a fit for your team. They're not a fit for your time and energy. And so when we qualify that on the front end, what will happen is you'll have much more success, much faster, with much less headache and much more joy in your life. And so this is how I would qualify whether this training is for you or not. If you're here to dip your toes in and not, you know, serious about creating six figures, this training is not for you. If you do not believe that you should be led by someone who has done it, meaning you'll just, you know, take any information and just apply willy-nilly whatever, this also is not for you. This is a very systematic training, and if you apply each step along the way, you will have success. If you change it, of course, I can't be responsible for the results. If you are uncuttable, that should say uncoachable, and not willing to change, this is not for you. And if you get upset or offended when someone gives you 60 minutes of free content and then makes an offer at the end, also not for you. You can leave now. Now, there are going to be some major bonuses for hanging out till the end. Bonus number one is going to be my personal business builder statements. They are what I read every day. You know, my husband Greg has his own, I have my own. They're very similar, and we use them to tune up our brain just the same as you would tune in a radio station to make sure that the music is coming in loud and clear. You also want to be able to tune your brain, and that's what these bonuses will do. Now, we are also going to give you access to the opportunity for a high level of training at the end of this that is not known to the general public. Only people who have gone through this webinar and my time secrets or my time strategy VIP will ever hear this offer. So I'm super excited. Now, why do I do this training, right? Like, I've got a team. Why do I do training for all different companies? Well, this is why. Because low-income housing, that's actually where I lived. And you guys are going to see where I live now, but I actually ended up in low-income housing with a baby on my hip, no bank account, no car, no job, nothing. And I went and got myself that little Firefly. I went and picked that up from my dad. That was my car I had when I was 16. So I ended up in women's shelter and then low-income housing when I was 24, 25, somewhere in there. And I was earning less than $20,000 a year driving that car. I had bills I could not pay off, debt that was overwhelming. I really had no hope for a future, and I really didn't know what I was going to do. Now, keeping in mind, I never got an ounce of child support. I struggled and fought for everything that I had. I remember I would hide coins in, not really, you know, not hide, so to speak, but leave change. If I went to the store, I'd leave change in my purse, my coat, my pants, you know, my dresser, because I knew that there were times where I absolutely did not have a single dime to my name. And if I did not or could not scrounge up $2, I couldn't buy milk for my baby. So you guys understand when I talk about $20,000 a year, I live in one of the most expensive cities in the world to live in, especially, I mean, obviously in North America, but really globally. And, you know, for me to go get a gallon of milk, I needed to have money, and I knew there was just times where I didn't have it. I literally did not have that money. I mean, I remember taking bottles back, etc. So we're talking like I really was at rock bottom. And I remember actually somebody at that time brought a network marketing company to me, and I did sign up in it, but I didn't get it. I didn't understand how I was supposed to build it. They, of course, told me to go talk to 2 people. They didn't give me any direction, no scripts, no nothing. I didn't really know, you know, what I was even supposed to do with those people. So I was really like just kind of floating around. And, you know, so of course I used the products. I actually used the products for 15 years, but I never built a business. Well, whoopsie daisy that they didn't take the time to go through what I'm about to show you on how to launch somebody and really create that success in your downline. So you guys, this really is a game changer, this training, if you are willing to catch the information, apply it, and then teach it to others. Now, we have gone from there to here. Of course, you know, it was so cool to be able to get Greg a Maserati last Christmas. That's my Mercedes from the company that I work with. We've gotten a $64 million check on stage, which is very cool. Lifetime earnings with, you know, 20 other top earners, or sorry, 30 other top earners splitting that. And what was cool about that, you guys, I mean, we were in the industry at that point, maybe like 5 or 6 years. So obviously some big accomplishments. We've earned, you know, our 250K check and our 500K check and 750K check. And so now it's been millions and millions of dollars that we've earned in network marketing over the past 2 decades. I've gone from being a broke, homeless, single mom to a multi-million-dollar earner. I've authored a couple books, you know, sought after speaker and coach. I've been on stages with John Maxwell, just did a network marketing program with him, like an actual program that he's selling online. We were invited to fly in and record that with him, which was obviously an honor. He's an amazing, amazing man. We've been on stage with Danny Johnson, Les Brown, Dan Clark. You know, ended up with the coolest thing was golfing with Michael J. Fox, who was one of my heroes. So network marketing's really opened up an entire world to me that I didn't even know or think was possible. And I really love it for that reason. And that's one of the reasons that I became obsessed with learning how to help other people, first me, grow my business, and then others. I wanted to use my business skills, right? So what happened for me was, you know, I was in that situation where I was living in low-income housing. I went back to college, worked like literally, honestly, you guys, I was up like 18 hours a day, you know, either working or studying, and you know, building my life, because I had 2 choices. I could stay where I was, or I could change, right? And we know that changing is difficult because we have to forget what we know and learn new things. But the other option was staying where I was, and nothing hurts more for me than not growing. I would rather grow and experience the pain. I don't know if you guys are with me on that, but for me, that was a big deal. So, of course, I took the time to learn how to take my business skills, because I did purchase 2 successful traditional businesses, and then I was reintroduced to network marketing. So I wanted to figure out, how do I transfer my business skills to network marketing, learn how to grow that, and then teach other people how to grow it. So I brought it all together in one place, and that's what you're about to go through. Now, of course, fast forward it. I built 2 companies to top, you know, multiple 6-figure year income. And, you know, of course, like I said, millions of dollars, and, you know, always the top positions of the company, maintaining those and helping other people do that. We've been featured in Success from Home, My Business at Home, MLM Nation, Network Marketing Times, invited to do training with, you know, top gurus in the world, and just got invited to speak at the most powerful women in network marketing event, March 2nd to the 4th. So if you guys are around, I do have a bonus offer at the end. For those of you that get started. There are some bonus tickets that will be available for you at a very discounted rate, which is super exciting. If you want to attend and come and meet me, that would be very cool. Now, I have helped a lot of people reach 6 figures in record time, and that's one of the things that I'm known for, is taking people with no experience or little experience and helping them grow their businesses, scale it, and really create a 6-figure income literally in their first year or less. So very exciting. Now, if you've been in network marketing, of course, you can hit reset and learn what you need to learn. And of course, you know, we want to create as many multi-million-dollar earners in this industry as possible. Now, my entire business and life changed the moment I chose to become a 6-figure business launch pro. Here's why. There is a blueprint for building and launching businesses, and people really don't teach it. They teach parts of it, and they may, you know, have happened, like I said, upon some of the information, but this is how do we launch a new person successfully to create the success that they're looking for in their business, and then to create leadership duplication. And trust me, if I can figure this stuff out and do it, so can you. I ended up quitting high school 6 times. You know, when I went back to college, I was actually shocked that I knew anything because I quit so many times. So I never did graduate, you know, understand? Like, I'm a high school dropout, you guys. So if I can do it, so can you. Now, I was not a top industry leader when I started. That's what I want you to know the most. This information you're going to learn is going to help you practice. And even though I may be more practiced than you now, I still have to work and develop my skill and increase my leadership levels every day as well. So don't think that I think I've arrived, because I haven't. I really do work very hard at becoming a better leader each and every day, as I know you do, or you wouldn't be here. So thank you for investing the time and energy in yourselves to learn what you need to learn to create the success that you want for you and your teams. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. You've got to get out of your own way. You might sit here and go, I know this, I know. Anybody who says I know more than 3 times should be fired because you don't know, or you would have the results. Of course, we know that it's not, you know, what we think we know, but it's our results that we get that count. So we want you taking action. And of course, even if it's just one action, like I said, the baby steps are the things that are going to move you towards your success. Now, perfection is your enemy. Oh my gosh, we're going to help you develop a launch plan and take action on it. You can ask for help when needed, but just know, you guys, that you are seriously progress, not perfection. That's my mantra. Progress, not perfection. Perfection is your enemy. A lot of people in network marketing want to get it perfect before they take action, and that is not the goal. We want progress, not perfection. So as promised, here's the 8 steps to growing your network marketing business. Obviously, you cannot perfect these in one webinar, even a week, or even 1 month. This is going to be overtime repetition. So be patient with yourselves, be kind to yourselves, and allow yourself to really enjoy this training as we go through it. Now, we want to look at the links in your chain, because if we have a broken link, of course, what happens is we end up with a weak spot in our business. Now, we're going to go through the exact blueprint to become a 6-figure business launch pro, and make sure we do not leave out any links or your chain will break. And so you guys, what's so cool about that is you get to self-identify. No one's going to be looking in your business. It's about you learning to monitor your business. Now, step number 1, I'm going to go through them all, and then I'm going to break them down. So I'm just going to give you a snapshot of what we're going to go through tonight. Step 1, your money list. Step 2, brand and messaging. Very, very important. Step 3, sales funnels. And there are multiple funnels, just so you know. Step 4, your business blueprint. 5 is your social media strategy. Most people have no strategy when it comes to social media. We're going to talk about duplication and leadership development, the $1 million mindset, and of course, finally, a launch plan. I am very passionate about teaching this program, so you guys, I hope you're ready. I hope you've got your pen and paper ready. And for those of you that stay to the end, of course, I will, like I said, send out that recording. So step number 1, the money list. Now, your list is your number 1 asset. Of course, we know we need to grow it every day, personal, business, social media, multiple sources. We want to focus on 5-star players. What is a 5-star player? People who have influence, money, a large social circle, people who are winners at what they do and have great attitudes. Very important. when you work with people who are already winners, this goes much, much faster and much, much better than when you work with people who can't stop complaining and whining. And whiners never win, and winners never whine. Now, you want a warm market list, of course, people that you know and who know you. A written list, of course. You want one that's on a tracking sheet, right? You need to have a tracking sheet, and of course, that's one of the free resources that you'll get here with this program if you choose to get it. And I don't even know, we might even send it out to you guys just for kicks. And of course, we want to have a customer rich list, meaning not everybody on your list is going to be business partners. There's going to be a lot of customers on your list, and we want to really identify and work with our customers to develop long-term sustainable relationships, and working a list that is growing and shrinking as you use it. So a lot of people, when they get into making their list, they're afraid of calling all the people on their list for fear of running out of people. Now, that is absolutely ridiculous. You cannot run out of people. I don't even know how many people on the planet. It's impossible to run out of people. What you can do, though, is develop your skill. If you do not develop your skill, you can run out of people because you won't have names to put on a list. But if you are out there actively building your list, you cannot run out of names. And trust me, I've been doing this 10 years and I still have a list of 500 people. So you guys, really, truly, no excuses when it comes to your list. You want to be adding to it from cold market, warm market, business, church, wherever you are all the time, and not for the purpose of what you can get, but for the purpose of how you can serve. Now, what does that mean? It means that I do not want you adding to your list, for your benefit alone. The best way for you to add to your list is to get by giving, meaning figure out how you can help those people. What do they need in their lives? Maybe they need a referral to a mechanic, an accountant. Maybe they need help. They need a babysitter. Maybe they need support, whatever it is. You can get by giving, and not intentionally like, oh, I'm going to do this so they do this for me. But if you live in a giving space, in an abundant space of giving, then people naturally want to give back. They naturally want to do business with you. So stop trying to manipulate your way through life and start living in an abundant and giving attitude, being kind and generous to those that you meet. And of course, then that comes back tenfold. Now, growing your list, of course, takes effort. And it should be one of the number one things that you're doing on a daily basis in your business. So ask yourself quickly, why don't you guys go ahead and type in, how many names do you think you should be adding to your list daily? How many names do you think you should be adding to your list daily? Some of you are going to say 1, some of you are going to say 3, some of you are going to say 10, and really that number is up to you. But then you have to ask yourself, that's how many you think you should be adding. How many are you adding? This last weekend, I added 5 names to my list, right? I was out and about and I'm meeting people, and I've got 5 people that I need to follow up with. So 5 new names on my list. What's so cool about that is when you get in the habit of asking for numbers and, adding those people to your list, what ends up happening is that it becomes fun and you want to talk to more people about what you have. So, of course, I'm not talking their ear off. I'm just, as it presents itself, but getting their name and number. I don't hand out business cards. Not that I don't think you can do that. I will trade a business card, but I don't just hand them out. So get their name and number, build your list, very, very important, and then warm your list up, meaning build relationships. So step number 2. So step number 1, money list, very important. No list, no money, period. Step number 2, brand and message. Your personal brand matters. So you have to ask yourself, what do you stand for? What do people, when they look at you, what do they see? Do they see somebody they want to be like? Do they see somebody they want to either be like you or they want to be you? Very important. You have to ask yourself, what look do you have or want to have? And when people hear you or meet you, do they want to know you? And do they know what you're about? And, some of you, that's going to be, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm really proud of, the way I present myself. I'm really proud of my message, my what I stand for. And some of you aren't really clear on that, would you do business with you? Would you date you? Would you be married to you? So all that stuff matters, you guys, and I think that we don't spend the time to think about what do we want our brand to be. Apple was very clear about their brand and their message, which is why they've captured a very, very loyal following. Apple people will buy only Apple. Now, are they the fanciest? Well, they're the sleekest, but they're not necessarily the fanciest. Are they the, best computers on the planet? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But all I know is I'm buying one. Why? Because it's the way the product makes me feel. Your brand is about making people feel a certain way. When they are in your presence, how do they feel? Do they feel powerful or demeaned? Do they feel lifted up or put down? Do they feel enriched or taken from? Do they feel like they can be somebody, like they can have more, do more, be more? Do they feel like you're going to help them, coach them, lead them? Or do they feel like you can't really get them anywhere? Because here's the thing, you guys, and make no mistake, everyone's asking, what's in it for me? They want to know what's in it for me. Why should I bother? So you guys understand, you've got your brand, which is what people see you as, and your message. Now, your message needs to be something that people can buy into. And this is also a place where people get themselves into trouble. They use their company message, meaning maybe you sell cloths, which I love cloths. They're amazing. If you're with the cloth company, congratulations. That's awesome. But are you selling the cloths, or are you selling the feeling of what they'll get when they use those cloths, right? Like, and I could do a whole sales pitch based on how I would feel as a mom not using the chemicals and creating a safer environment for my home and all of that, versus the technical bits about those. I don't care about the facts. I care about the stories. So our brand needs to match, and our message needs to match the story that we want to tell to get the feeling we want to get from the people that we're recruiting. And if they feel like they can align with you, that they believe what you believe, and they feel better about themselves having been around you, your team will explode. That's $1 million tip right there. So if you need to listen to this webinar 15 times, do it. When you help people understand and identify that they believe what you believe. So A, what do you believe? What's your messaging? What are you saying that attracts people that they can align with, right? You want people to line up with your belief. When they believe what you believe, and when they do what they do because they believe what they believe, and it matches your brand, which makes them feel better about themselves and their lives, your business will explode. So getting your brand and your messaging down is a very, very, very important. And you need to sit and really look at yourself. Like, how do I dress? How do I walk? How do I talk? What's my brand? What do people perceive about me? Like, I am bold. And for a long time, people will say to me all the time, you're too bold, you're too this, you're bossy, whatever. And for a long time, I thought maybe I needed to change who I was to make them happy. But then I realized my tribe wants me to be bold. They want me to be, bossy, so to speak, what people perceive as bossy. They want that. And I am naturally like that. So why should I change? I don't need to change who I am. I can still grow and become better, but I want to attract the people that like me for who I am, that like what I'm about, that like that I stand for freedom, that like that I, I want for you to win. I don't care what company you're with. I want for you to win. I want for you to feel like you are becoming better every day. I want for your faith to grow. I want for your belief in yourself to grow. And so what do I attract? I attract people that are just like that. We don't have to be in competition. We can cheer each other on and be a community of people that truly want to see each other win. So because I believe that, I attract that tribe. So I guess what I'm saying to you is, you guys, you got to really take a look at what kind of tribe do you want to build, and who are you, and how can they know if they line up with what you believe? If you're not, every time you're speaking to people about your opportunity, you need to be talking about what you believe and why you do what you do, and, what kind of people you're looking for. When I'm talking to people about my opportunity, or even this, I told you guys right at the beginning, I'm looking for you if you want this, this, and this. I'm not looking for you if you want that, that, and that. I believe everybody has a shot. I believe in this industry. I believe that you can become six-figure earners. I believe if you're coachable and you're willing to work and do the work and work hard, I believe you can get there. So if you believe what I believe, you're going to naturally want to be a part of what I'm doing. Does that make sense to you guys? So hopefully that clears that up. Now, this is also your secret sauce. So you want to really take the time, ask yourself, what are 5 things that, qualities that you have that people would say you possess? Write them down. And you might ask people, right? Like, what are 5 things that you would say about me? For example, I'm hardworking, a tough businesswoman. I'm a coach. I help others achieve their ultimate goals. I hate injustice. Therefore, I will fight to the death for people's freedom. Now, I'm looking for people that believe what I believe, like I said. So what are what's your secret sauce? What are you about? I love a very successful beta member from our last group. She went through the program. She was really struggling online, didn't do video on Facebook, didn't have a strategy online, and she has come out. Her name's April. She's come out with a very clear brand, a very clear message. She's building her following. Her team is growing. She's just much happier because she's identified her brand and her message. So she's identified her secret sauce, and then she's available to, has the ability, to communicate that with the people that are listening. So of course it starts to grow everything. Now you want to make sure that your message is focused on what you can do for others. It is not your product or service. It's what you have to offer to others that's going to help them. And your message is about the ultimate game, right? Why should people, go with you? I believe everyone has the right to be, do, and have anything they want, and I will trade my life showing people the way to their freedom. Your brand will color your entire marketing message. So make sure you take the time to really get clear on what that's going to be. Now, step number 3, sales funnels. Now, I told you, I warned you, this is going to blow your mind. This is where most people are really clueless when it comes to network marketing. The key to having a successful business is having a sales funnel that people go through. Here are the steps. They go through awareness. They become aware of your product or service. They become aware of you and your product and service. They start to consider it. Is this something that they want to be involved with? Is it a product that they like, etc.? They move to preference, meaning, okay, this looks kind of good. They buy it, they purchase it, and they become loyal. Once they are loyal, they can be moved to advocacy, and this is the most difficult step. It's when you mobilize your army. Advocacy means they're out referring new people to your funnel, their contacts, the people that they know, they're referring them to your funnel, and that's creating more success and, of course, filling your funnel constantly. Now, sales funnels are not always, most of the time not actually, built into companies naturally. And by identifying your sales funnel, you can actually start to increase the advocacy and create raving fans that will refer you like mad. Now, keeping in mind, you guys, when you look at this funnel, you might be good at introducing people to your stuff, but you don't know how to get them to consider and prefer it. And that's going to be part of your messaging. And then getting them to purchase. Some of you are just not good at getting the credit card. Newsflash, we're in business. The credit card's a really important part of what we do. So you've got to get good at asking for that credit card. And of course, loyalty is, do you think that people become loyal to you or loyal to your product? Do you think they become loyal to you or loyal to your service? You have to ask yourself that. The answer is they become loyal to you. So if you're building an organization, they need to be becoming loyal to you. How is that going to happen? Well, of course, there's multiple ways: social media engagement, team events, you know, those things that create that loyalty factor that moves them then to advocacy, and they want to just tell everyone about you. I have customers, like I literally had somebody text me and say, hey, so and so told me to give you my credit card because the product that you have is so good, I want some. Like, just happened, right? Literally a half an hour before. Now, I'm not telling you guys I got a great product because your product's just as good as mine. What I'm saying is people really, truly, there's a loyalty factor with my customers, so they refer people. It's the same for you. You've just got to get good at creating that loyalty factor. Now, step 4, your business blueprint. So what you want in your business blueprint is a schedule of events. So this is an actual business plan. Do you understand? This is what you're going to build your business on so that you can see your whole year in advance and create momentum building through your year. Most people in network marketing leave it up to their leaders. They never really think about their businesses or their business plans or their schedule or their events, and they end up in trouble because the momentum never comes. Listen, you need to think. Now, if your leaders are the ones setting the events, awesome. Get the schedule, put it in your calendar. You want to schedule your year of goals. So you want to know by the end of the year, what's the sales volume you want to do? What rank do you want to hit? Or pins, maybe call it a pin. And really get clear on what your goals are for the year. What are your business hours? Think about this. If your business isn't open every day or open 3 days a week or 5 days a week, and if you're not open when other people are wanting to buy, how are you ever going to do business? So I really strongly encourage you, set your business hours. Business hours can be 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. with a break in between. They could be from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. They can be whatever you want, but the point is you have to have business hours set, or guess what? Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. 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 And a year goes by and it's not done. So you want to have your business hours set and make yourself stick to them. Because the thing about being an entrepreneur for the first time is that it is difficult. If you spent your whole life being told when to show up, when to go home, it's difficult to keep yourself on track when you get into network marketing. So you want to set business hours and make sure that you're the employee responsible to show up to make those business hours happen. You want to have a budget, meaning you need to have your events budgeted in, your travel, your tools that you use, product or service that you need, etc. You want to have that budget laid out so that you know what you need. You need a personal development plan. We get into this a lot in the course, being able to develop a plan for yourself and a leadership development plan so that you're moving through your year at an expansive rate instead of just, at the end of the year thinking, did I even change anything? Did I improve? We want to have a plan in place. You want to also have your travel schedule in place because many of you are parents and it's difficult, if you've got kids or elderly parents and you need to travel, there's a lot involved in that. So you should be planning convention already. If your convention is in August, September, October, March, May, I don't care when it is, you need to be planning that travel already. Have a budget for that. Who's going to look after the cat, the dog, the kids, the whatever, get your time off work. I don't care if you're brand new in the business, you've been in one day, you need to have that event planned out and scheduled in, because if you do not plan for it, you will fail. Why? Because it's, it can be expensive to travel, but B, an excuse is just a well-planned lie. So the people that say they can't make it to convention, well, it's usually because they didn't plan to make it to the convention. It's not because they couldn't make it, it's because they didn't plan to make it, if that makes sense. Now, you also want to make sure that you are tracking your profit-producing activities. And I actually have a success planner that I have online for sale. You guys are going to get an offer here at the end for that, a really good offer actually. But in there, there's actually a profit-producing activity tracker. Again, here's why. Because what are you doing during the day that's creating a profit in your business? If you're training or training others, not profit. That's not a profit-producing activity. If you are, reading up on something, not profit-producing. If you're, making phone calls but not following up and closing deals, not profit-producing. So you want to make sure that you have your profit-producing activities written down and track. Now, what are profit-producing activities? Well, we know they are booking blocks of time to show the business, so exposures, you know, sending information, following up, closing deals, and of course, launching those people to do the same thing. That is a profit-producing activity. If you're not doing those things, you're not making money. You also want to have your money list and tracker laid out, as well as your ratios. Now, ratios are very important in network marketing, and many of you have no idea what a ratio is, so I'm going to go over it quickly with you. Everyone has a ratio. Some people's ratios, they show 10 people their opportunity or product, and they get 1 business partner. Their ratio is 1 out of 10. Some people show 10 and get 3. Well, their ratio is 3 out of 10. Some people show 10 and get 5. Their ratio is 5 out of 10. Why is that so important? Because if you're going for a rank, let's say you need to have 20 mid packs or top packs in your business to hit a certain rank, and you know your ratio, you need 20 of them, and you know your ratio is 5 out of 10, well, then you know that you need to show, 40 people to get 20. Does that make sense? Because 50% of them are going to join. Well, if your ratio is 1 out of 10, well, now you're going to have to show a lot more people, right? You're going to have to show, oh, it hurts my brain. Oh, dear. Lots. You have to show lots of people if your ratio is 1 out of 10 to get 20. But here's the point. If you don't know your ratio and you show 5 people and you don't hit your rank, you're going to get discouraged. But if you know your ratio, then what that means is you're like, okay, well, I just got 9 no's, which means my next one is a yes. And that also means that if I do that this many more times, I'm going to hit my goal. So it takes a guesswork out of it and becomes a numbers game, which is really all this is. Step 5, social media. Now, please, if you are one of the spammers, if you are one of the people that spams your Facebook, spams your Instagram with product, and specials, stop shoving product down people's throats. They don't like it. So you can create a strategy that will allow you to tell your story, create a plan. You want to pick a main social media and a secondary. So for example, Facebook, Instagram, or Facebook, Twitter. And not that one of those is better, because Pinterest is great, LinkedIn is great. They're all good. You just said, where are your people hanging out? That's what you got to know. Where are your people hanging out? Where is your tribe hanging out? And where's your perfect avatar hanging out? Do not spam them. Make strategic posts. And, Facebook and these things are all about algorithm, meaning you have to post a certain amount of time a day for your post to be seen. So of course you want to, a very simple formula to follow is give 2 posts about lifestyle, family, travel, etc. Ask for 1 engagement or action, meaning, post below if you like ice cream, chocolate ice cream over vanilla. So you're asking for an engagement, and then give 2 again. So post on lifestyle, family, travel, positive quote, etc. Then ask for 1 engagement and then post 2 again. If you did that, what will end up happening is that you'll create this nice little rhythm and flow where people are engaging on your social media. You're not spamming them. You're not, causing them to revolt and unfriend you, because that's never good. But your algorithms will go up and you'll start to reach more people. And that's really the power of social media. We want to reach outside of our networks to tell our story. Remember, you have to become a very good storyteller. The better you are at telling your story, the better you are going to be at building your business, because facts tell, stories sell. Listen to me. If you have a product that's scientifically proven, they don't want to know the science. They want to know, how does the science affect them? If you have a product that's a fantastic service and it does this, this, and this, and it's I don't even know what, and it's super technical, they don't want to know how it works. They want to know how it's going to affect them when it works. Does that make sense? So you want to make sure that your story is telling your story in a way that lets them know how it's going to affect them. Listen, they do not care why you like it. They want to know, why would they like it? So when you're using social media, you want to make sure that you're telling your story in such a way that you're attracting your tribe to you. And remember, people want to see what you believe. So don't post about politics on Facebook. Dear goodness, after this last election, terrible. Listen, there was a gentleman's rule, and it's unfortunate that there's not a lot of gentlemen left on the planet, but there is chivalry is not dead. And there was a rule out there that we didn't talk about religion and politics in public settings. Now, if you went to a gentleman's club, you may sit around with guys and talk about politics. That's a fine setting for that. But social media is not the place to be talking and viewing your errors, beliefs, and judgments about other people. And when you do that, you hurt your network marketing business, you hurt your tribe, and stuff can be really misconstrued. So try to stay away from that stuff. Obviously, if you see something that's blatant and you can't help it, I understand. But definitely keep in mind, you guys, and I'm not saying don't share your faith if you're a believer or whatever. I'm just saying that social media really is a platform for you to tell your story in a way that your tribe can find and engage with you. And that's what it needs to be kept for. And if you're a parent, you know, your social media tribe does not want to see 500 pictures of a baby and a dog. So you got to mix it up a little. Not that we don't think your baby and dog's cute, but we don't want to see 500 pictures of it. However, we do want to know you. So we do want to see some family, some travel, some quotes, etc. So that's social media. And by the way, you need to schedule your social media, which I get into a lot in the program, making sure that you're scheduling because it will eat you up and spit you out. They say that the average person spends 6 hours a day on social media now. 6 hours a day. That's time that could be spent making money, helping other people make money. Now, duplication, step number 6. You guys doing okay so far? We're going to go a little over an hour, so I hope you guys are good. We've got a couple more steps to go through here. Now, people do not do what you say they do as you do. Duplication is really an art, and you've got to live by what you're teaching them. So don't tell them to go do one thing and you do another, because they will naturally do what you do, even if they can't see what you do. So duplication starts in the brand and the messaging. From the moment you contact somebody, that's how they're learning to do the business. If you contact them and you explain everything and you pitch them on the phone and you give a presentation and they get started and then you tell them to send a video, are they going to do it? You've just sent a double binding message. Listen, those of you that talk the least make the most. The person who talks the least makes the most. You want to use your third-party tools in your company to build your business. If you don't have any third-party tools, get some, build some. So, because the moment you start talking to somebody, they're watching you, and that's what they're going to duplicate. They will also duplicate your brand and your message. Now, you want them taking action, right, and repeating what you've done. Leadership development needs to be specific, and you want to give them developing tasks. You want to give, so you developing them, giving them tasks. So, for example, from the moment somebody signs up, the next step is to give them some homework. Go do this. Why? Because the moment you get them to take ownership of their business, ownership creates commitment. They get a little bit more committed to their business. Commitment leads to success, because at the end of the day, if you're not committed, you'll never become successful. When you are doing everything for every rep that comes in your business and you don't have a system set up, which is your second funnel, by the way, your success funnel, you know, if you don't have a system for that, then of course what ends up happening is they want you to do everything for them, or they don't take action. Now you want them developing themselves at events and trainings and, you know, with coaches, etc. I go into this in depth, you guys, in my course. I have to say that this is probably the #1 thing that people get wrong. It's the #1 thing that I've learned to master. I will not do everything for everyone, and you know, I forget sometimes and I fall down too, so don't, you know, don't think that I've got it all figured out, but I really do have a very strong funnel, which you get with the course that you're going to get offered here at the end, but like a success funnel. And how do you launch people to success, and how do you know who to work with and what ratios to work with? You know, are you working with the wrong people the majority of the time? Are you being the wrong person? Like all of those things, those high level leadership issues that really have to be in place in your business that I'm guessing aren't, because there really aren't in most people's businesses, well, those are the things that we go really in depth with. But for right now, I want you to know, whether you decide to take my course or not, that you can simply start with your brand and your message, keep telling your story, get them to adopt your story, get them telling your story, right? That's duplication number one. Give them homework the moment they sign up. Go do this, call me back. Now you can sort who's serious and who's not. If they don't go do the homework, how much more time are you going to invest in somebody who can't follow a simple direction? So when you set those parameters up, when you set up measuring sticks, then you know and can start to sort through who you need to be working with and who not. You also need them developing themselves and committed to their own success. So that's a little tip on duplication. Of course, whatever you do will duplicate. So if you don't want them doing it, you ought not be doing it. And if you do want them doing it, you ought to be doing it, right? So I did promise you guys $1 Million Mindset. Absolutely, hands down, number one favorite subject to train on. I'm going to go through it. I told you guys, drinking from a fire hose, right? So I'm going to go through this a little bit quickly, but I want you to understand that this is really where you can come away from this training with some solid advice. Now, $1 Million Mindset. Number one, are you a tennis ball or an egg? When something happens and you hit the floor, do you bounce back or do you go splat? Most people splat. Okay, you've got to be a tennis ball. You've got to bounce back, get on with it, toughen up, develop some thick skin, realize don't take it personal. It's not about you. If people spew all over you, it's because they've got issues and judgments. It has nothing to do with you. There's 0 point in engaging with their nonsense. So keeping in mind, you are interviewing candidates. You are not trying to get everyone into your opportunity. You are interviewing just like a CEO would interview for a vice president, for a VP of sales. You are also interviewing for your dream team. So, don't beg or plead people to get started, but you want to make sure that you're interviewing them. And that's the posture that needs to be there for you to create 7-figure success. Now, or 6-figure success for that matter. Now, keeping in mind you are a business developer, right? You're not a network marketer. Although this is network marketing, you develop business partners and you develop distribution channels for companies. You also want to have the mindset that you will do it till it's done. Meaning, most people start network marketing, they try for a week or 2 or 2 months, they get discouraged and they quit. They might not cancel their position, but they stop working. You are not going to be like that. You are going to decide that you will do it till it's done. You might go through 1, 2, 3 companies. I don't know. We had a company that we built for 6 years and it shut its doors. Okay, well, am I a tennis ball or an egg? Do I go splat on the floor just because a company shut its doors? Listen, companies go bankrupt or shut their doors all of the time. So why is it any different in network marketing? No, am I going to bounce back or not? Now, number 2, am I going to, quit on myself and quit on my family on what I say I want just because it's painful sometimes? And listen, this is network marketing, not work marketing. And work is not always fun. And, I know everybody wants free and easy, but success is not free and easy. As a matter of fact, success and dedication and discipline are the highest prices you will ever pay. They are heavy tasks masters, meaning they're, it's not easy. Success is not easy, but will you do it till it's done, or will you be a quitter like every other 98% are out there? Will you invest in yourself through skill and leadership development? Listen, my first year in network marketing, I made a little bit of money. And my second year, I made a lot more money. But I was investing in programs, reading books, and listening to CDs. Here's what I found out. By my second year, I could make money, but the people on my team weren't making money. So I went and invested $45,000 in personal development. I got a coach. I've had a coach every year of my network marketing career. I pay tens of thousands of dollars to have coaches and mentors. How about you? How about you? When you're offered a program for $300 or $400 or $500 or $1,000 or $5,000, do you think, oh, I can't really afford that right now? Or do you think I need to partner with somebody who's done what I've done or who's done what I want to do? When you're offered the opportunity to go to your company convention. Do you start investing in it, and do you really make every opportunity to get there, or do you make excuses instead? Listen, I invested in my success, and so has every other seven-figure earner on the planet. You've got to invest in your success, and having a coach and a mentor is a phenomenal way to do that. You can have coaches and mentors even by the CDs you listen to and the books that you read. So just make sure that you are investing in yourself for real. And that doesn't mean $100 here and there, but for real, you guys. I still to this day spend, I don't know, I'm going to say we spend probably upwards of $20,000 a year on personal development. So what are you spending, right? And here's the thing. Some of you are like, that's fine to say. You're a seven-figure earner. Listen, I did that before I made any money. My first event, this is awesome. My first event, I was a single mom. I was earning about $40,000 a year at that point. I had debt I couldn't pay off. I had no money in the bank. I had to borrow money from my mom to go to the event, and I had to drive 14 hours through a snowstorm in January to drive to the other side of our country to get to an event. Well, it's about, halfway across the country to get to an event that I could not afford to attend. And that is where I met the owner of the company, and actually one of the first times I met my husband. So you guys understand, like, you've got to invest. And that wasn't convenient for me. I didn't have somebody to look after my kid. I didn't have the money to invest. So what are you investing in, and how serious are you about your own success? Listen, when it comes to you winning in network marketing, you're going to have to decide to do whatever it takes, meaning within moral code, moral boundaries, you're going to need to do some sacrificing. And quite frankly, that's why a lot of people never win. The ones that don't win, why they don't win is because they don't invest. They just simply don't do it. So as a CEO, you set the pace and cast the vision for the organization. This is another reason having people who have gone before you is so important, because when you get started, you probably have an itty-bitty little vision and you need to expand it. So as a CEO of a multi-million-dollar corporation, you've got to set the pace and cast the vision for your entire organization. And make no mistake, you are the leader of your organization. I don't care if you have, Starship Commanders who have 4 stars on their button. You are the leader of your organization. Why? Now, you can partner with your leaders. That's all good, but you have to act like a leader. Nothing makes me more crazy than people at events who think that it's somebody else's job to run the event. If you are on the team, it's your job. You need to be part of the solution. Those that aren't part of the solution are part of the problem. So you want to be the CEO, help out, lead the way, set a great example, dress sharp, act sharp, set the pace, recruit, get out there and do the things that you need to do. That's what's going to grow your business. Now, there are some days where you are going to need to, as a CEO, fire yourself, because there are days where you are just going to suck. Like, really, your attitude's going to suck. You're going to want to quit. Just fire yourself. Instead of like spewing that on everyone around you, just fire yourself. And if you can't fire yourself, then sometimes you have to fire other people, because there will be people in your business that need to be fired. How do you know? They whine and complain every time they pick up the phone. They complain about the leaders. They complain about the company. They complain about the opportunity. They complain about their family. They complain about having no money. They complain about everything. Fire those people. Those people have no right to be in your success bubble. And as a matter of fact, if you have people in your success bubble that are like that, you will not get success. Why? Because just as a plant, starts as a small sprout and grows to a big tree, it has to have good soil, sunshine, and nutrition. So too are you, that sapling. And if you have poison being dripped on those roots, on that tree, every day, just a little bit at a time, how long is it before that sapling dies? Not long. And so it is with you, and so it is with your new reps. There are going to be people that come into your business, into your team, into your organization, and they're cancerous. They literally are cancerous. They spread gossip, dissension, and all in the name of, I'm just trying to protect you. I'm just trying to help you. Meanwhile, they're tearing the team apart from the inside out. You have got to deal with that as a leader and cut that person away from the crowd to save your organization from that nastiness. So you guys keep in mind that you are the CEO. There's days you have to fire yourself and fire others when appropriate. And sometimes it just feels so good to fire yourself and start again the next day. Now, rejection is impossible when you are simply finding those who believe what you believe. So when you are out there sharing your story and being the CEO and casting vision and your mission and sharing, I mean, we go through in my course, we go through creating a mission statement, a vision statement, your story, who's your perfect avatar, what do they look like, where do they shop, how do they talk, and creating this thing. Well, what happens is you come away with this really clear picture of what you believe. And when you know what you believe, you can attract those who believe what you believe, and then it's just not painful anymore. Now, by developing your six-figure business launch blueprint, your confidence and mindset will really shift, and so will your results. And so I did promise you guys that you're going to get a document at the end. Now, here is a launch plan, and it's important for you to have all of these strategies in place. You can have a 90-day commitment, of course, for your plan, any plan. This is for new people or existing. You know, you want to have your goal, and you want to have it written down. You want to have your sales funnel in place, how you're going to expose, involve, and upgrade, so to speak, and how you're going to get people really cluing into your offer, your product, or your opportunity, and creating that sales funnel where they come out the other end raving fans. You want to know how many numbers of parties or webinars you're going to do, the number of calls you need to do to reach your goal, and the follow-ups. You want to have a social media strategy in place, a business plan, and of course your leadership development. When you have all of those things in place, it creates this launch plan that allows you to get people started. You put them in the funnel, get people started, get them engaged in parties or webinars, you know, get your follow-up calls happening. Social media is rocking. You know, you can really start to build momentum with that. And with your business plan, you know where this goal that you're going to hit in 90 days is going to catapult you to the next level to hit your next plan. So when you have that year-long plan in place, you can say, okay, well, I'm going to need to work a little bit harder this month because I didn't hit my goal last month, or I'm right on pace, or I need to adjust these things. So it just makes it so much easier when you know what you're working towards. And of course, leadership development is very, very important. So with your launch plan, you have got to, when you are working with new people, and this, please hear me now, believe me later. Most people, this is where they really get into trouble. They get somebody started and they're just so excited. Somebody joined my team, but they have not launched them. And guess what? If you don't launch them, they're not going to launch themselves. A firework, like a firecracker, doesn't, you know, light its own tail. You've got to light it and then it explodes. Well, that's the same thing in network marketing. So, a couple of tips for launching people. Number one, you must know what their goal is, and it cannot be your goal. It has to be their goal. What did they want to make? How much do they want to make? What do they believe is possible? And you want to set the expectations. So you don't, how I would describe this, let's say you want to have somebody go to the first rank level in your company, and they don't know what to expect. They don't know how fast it should go. They don't know. They probably think it's going to take a year to hit that rank, when in reality it could be 2 hours. So you want to make sure you're taking the time to set the expectations of the pace that they need to work at, but you also need to make sure that it's their goal. For example, I'm not motivated by money at all. Don't care. I can make money hand over fist, but it doesn't motivate me. But if you told me that I could go help my friend Sue, who is a single mom, earn $2,000, that motivates me. So here you are as my leader. If you're trying to say, let's go make you $2,000, let's get out there and recruit so you can make $2,000, doesn't motivate me. So if you got people on your team that aren't doing anything, maybe you're not motivating them the correct way. I'm not motivated by money. I'm motivated by changing people's lives. So you got to take the time to find out what people's goals are and what motivates them. You do want to still set the expectation, right? If they think they're going to go to the first rank and it's going to take a year, you're probably going to say, well, you know what? Let's go help some people. Pretty sure it's not going to take a year. We can probably get it done in the next 48 hours. And this is a big one, the 80-20 rule. A lot of people in network marketing want to work with everyone. Well, if you work with everyone, you're no good to anyone. Jim Rohn says that, Art Williams says that, Paul Orbison says that, everyone says that, and we don't listen. So here we are trying to work with everybody. Oh, right over here, work with this person, right over there, work with, you know what? Some people don't want to be helped. Some people don't want to work. Some people don't want to recruit. Some people don't want to train. Some people don't want to show up. Well, when you identify the 20% of people that do want it and you work with them and leave the 80% alone because they don't want you anyways, your business is going to explode. You're going to have more joy than you know what to do with. You're not going to be prompting and manipulating and prodding people to do something you don't want to do in the first place, and your business will absolutely explode. So look at your team and look at your organization. Maybe you're new, right? Maybe you got nobody yet. Okay, well, when you get your first one or two, you ask them, you know, what are your goals? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to do the work? They say yes. Okay, then watch what they do. If they don't do it, you can check in with them. Hey, listen, can I help you? But if they still don't do it, next. Do you love them still? Of course. Do you support them? Absolutely. Do you want them at the events? For sure. They're going to grow and change, and you never know when their light bulb's going to go off and they're going to want to go to the next level. But stop trying to drag the turtle across the finish line with the hare. It doesn't work like that. People go at their own pace. So what you want to do is identify your top 20% of people who are doing it and want to do it, work with them, and leave the rest alone. Love them, cheer them on. You know, woo, go, go, go. You know what I mean? But don't try and make them the 20%. You guys, that will free you up. You have no idea. No idea. When I was new, I was so worried that I was going to sign somebody up and take their money and they were going to fail. I really believed that. I believed that I could sign somebody up and they would fail and it would be my fault and they were going to blame me. And guess what? They did, because I let them. And then I learned along the way that your job is to offer an opportunity to change and grow, to become better people. And that needs to be part of your messaging. Your job is to offer a product or a service that is going to change their lives in some way, shape, or form. It's going to offer a certain feeling, and you're going to be there to help them. That's your job. Then your job is to say, okay, here's what you need to do for you to become successful. And then it's their job to do it or not do it. And when you realize that, when you really truly own that, you will no longer feel guilty about signing people up, worried about failing people, because at the end of the day, all you can do is all you can do. And Art Williams says all you can do, by the way, he's, you know, a billionaire, built one of the biggest companies in the world. I don't know if he's technically a billionaire, but he's like loaded. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. He's built one of the biggest companies in the world. He says all you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough, right? So all you can do is show people what they need to do, and then you need to let them do it. You cannot do it for them. So stop trying to do it for them. Okay, are we clear? You want to have a launch plan. You want to put them in the launch plan. You know, you want to show them how to make their list, make their business plan, show them the funnel, all the things I laid out here. You want to show them how to do that, and then you launch them. Listen, Belinda Byfield, who did the beta program, had 16 people go through this with her on her team. Her team grew 400% in 8 weeks. 400%. That's crazy. Unheard of numbers. Why? Because she had a launch plan. She knew what she was doing. She knew who to work with. She knew what to tell them what to do. She said, okay, go do this. And then they did it. It was awesome. So let's recap. 8 steps to becoming a 6-figure business launch pro. You want to have a money list, know how to build that list, work that list, continue to grow that list. Number 2, your brand and messaging. Very, very important. If you're going to become a 6- and 7-figure earner, you need to know exactly what your story is, how to tell it, to engage your tribe, to find those who believe what you believe, because then rejection is impossible and your business will explode. Your brand and message are very, very important. You want to have your sales funnel in place and your success funnel in place. Also very important. Funnels are one of the most important components of your business. When you understand them, you will be so relieved because you will realize people are at different stages in the funnels, and it's going to take the pressure off. Step number 4, you need to have a business launch blueprint. So you need to know exactly what you're doing with people as you launch them. And we go in great detail, you guys, in the course. Actually, there's documents, supporting documents, so you learn what you need to do and what you need to use to make that happen. Of course, we're going to teach you how to create a social media strategy, how to use that to build your brand, get your message out there, and tell your story so you can find those who believe what you believe. Are you guys getting it yet? Now, step number 6. We're going to go through duplication and leadership. We already did on this webinar, but we are going to go through it in depth, of course, for those of you that decide to take the course. And there's the $1 Million Mindset, which, by the way, you guys, I spend a lot of time in every module going through the mindset that goes along with each topic, because, of course, there's a mindset to everything that we do. And then, of course, learning how to create a launch plan, having one run with every new rep that comes in your business so that you can, of course, help them get success. Now, as you can see, this is a lot of teaching. And the problem is if people don't learn this, they will not become pros. Instead, they get discouraged and they quit. And it's so sad because this industry is so powerful for changing people's lives, but people just don't have a track to run on. And it's not no leader's fault. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter who the leader is. If they haven't been taught, how would they know how to teach it, right? And really, until I put this together, I've never seen a system that is, you know, focused and simple in 8 simple steps, you know, and systematically put together so that you can learn and create a mindset for success. Now, that's of course why I finally compiled all this into one training so that we could have a blueprint for success that launches people so that you can become a professional. Now, I'm not sure. Oh, you guys, I don't know. Maybe you're frustrated that no one's doing anything on your team, or at least no leadership is being developed and people keep quitting. Maybe that's you. It could be that you're in the middle mile, working really hard but not seeing the results that you want. And the middle mile is a real live place. You guys, the middle mile is when you're so far in you can't see the beginning, but you're so far from the end you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're in the middle, it's dark, you don't know which way to turn, you don't know if you've done the right thing, you don't know. The middle mile is where most people quit. And it's sad because the middle mile is right before success comes. And the middle mile will happen more than one time in your career. Maybe you've heard all the buzz and excitement that others are having with the success from home, the success with our program or success in network marketing, and you wanted to see how you can make it work for you. Maybe you're the person that got started because you thought, maybe what's up? Like, whoa, I want a piece of that. Or perhaps you're just bored and wanted to hang out with me. I don't know why you've been here. So if I could give you all the answers, like if I could put together like the perfect business plan for you and really help you create that blueprint so you know what you wanted to do and you know how to do it, would that be of value to you? If it is, go ahead and type yes into the comments. I want to see your guys' response. Like, how many of you would actually be like, yes, I need a system. I'm so tired of not having a system. I mean, many of you are in that same boat, right? I mean, that's where you are. Now, I believe if you've been on this webinar this long, that you do have what it takes to excel at network marketing, and you are invested in your future, because there's a lot of people that wouldn't even sit here this long, right, to learn what they needed to learn. And this is something that you can get started with right now. First of all, you can implement what you've already learned. If you never took my program, you guys, if you just took what I just taught you and implemented little things into your business, you could increase your success. I know it because I do it every single day. I coach people every single day. I have an inner circle with 6-figure earners. I have, you know, coaching programs, and I have all kinds of stuff that I do. I coach every single day, and here's what I know. You can tweak your business and apply little things and create success just from what you've learned already, never mind what you could learn if you chose to get started. Now, I want you guys to know that nothing I've shared with you here today is theory or fluff. This is really what I've done to grow my own business and generate millions of dollars for my family, and I've helped many others create 6- and 7-figure incomes. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a newbie or if you've been at it for a while. This is really about you going to the next level, and it's all about baby steps, right? Taking action right now. Some of the biggest benefits of the beta course that people saw, of course, for one, They went through a private coaching for 8 weeks with me, but they did not have the power of what you're going to have, which is all the modules laid out. So let me show you, you guys, what's going to happen here, because this is very, very cool for those of you that want to take your business to the next level. I want to show you some super exciting stuff that I think that you're going to love. So now I want to just talk about what it is before we kind of get to it so you can see. This course is an 8-module course, so it has everything laid out, like literally you log in just like a little school where you can go through your modules. It has all the videos, all the PDFs, all my swipe files, and more. There's 24/7 instant access, lifetime access, including all updates moving forward, literally step by step, nothing is left out, and there's a community of growing and smart, amazing people who I love in a group, in a Facebook group that's private, where we do private videos. You can ask questions, engage with other people. You are going to, take a look at your business. Imagine having a daily method of operation, being a social media pro, launching others to 6-figure success. How would it feel for you to actually be able to have 6- and 7-figure earners on your team that you are responsible for helping, right? You've been the person that's coached them to lead them to their success. And knowing how to lead others, it's a big, big, big job, and building a solid business without sacrificing your entire life for it. Well, that's exactly why I've created this program. And I know many of you, there's a few of you actually on here that have already taken it. I know I saw some beta members on here because they get all the training moving forward for free. And so this is how it's going to work. You are going to get all 8 modules on the topics that we covered and more. You guys, there's so much bonus content in there. There's Q&A webinars that I've done that major shifts in people's lives. Like I'm talking Q&A coaching where it was one-on-one with some of the beta members. They actually were able to ask questions and experience massive shifts right there in front of everyone, which they were so excited for, and the whole group got to learn for it. So all of that's recorded, and you're going to find that in there. Now, of course, you guys know the question is, of course, what's the course going to cost me, right? That's what people are always asking. And I just want you to know that you could hire a coach or attend an event, and you would pay thousands and thousands of dollars, like literally thousands and thousands of dollars. My one-on-one coaching goes for $250 for 30 minutes. So of course I have the ability to charge a lot of money for this program, and there are people out there that are charging $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and $5,000 for the same level of program, and many of them without near the results. Now I'm not going to charge $2,000, which I actually myself have paid $5,000 for courses with way less content. I'm not even going to charge $1,000, you guys. And what I'm so excited about with this is you're going to be able to take this entire program at a highly discounted price. And I told you there was going to be a major announcement, so I'm excited about that for a fast action bonus. I just want to show you guys a couple of success stories because I think they're important. I already told you Belinda increased her business 400% in 8 weeks, which is very cool. By the way, she lives in Australia, nowhere near me. Everything was done online through the business launch course. Betty Ann Chulamowicz from Vancouver went into, she'd been in network marketing, she'd been failed in several businesses, not gotten the results she wants. She went through, and in 90 days of following this, she was able to make $47,000 and was top in the world in her organization, which is very cool. She then started a second opportunity and made another $150,000 her first year using the blueprint that I taught in the first 90 days. So she went through a 90-day coaching with me. She learned, she made 50 grand. She came out of there. She then went into her next opportunity and took the exact same strategies that she'd already learned, and she made $150,000. So very cool. Also went to the top of that opportunity. Lara Toma, who some of you know, some of you don't, she was in the beta program with no experience in network marketing. She was flailing about her first few months, doing everything wrong, struggling with recruiting, not following up, not knowing what to do. Then she decided to partner with me. She went through the 6-figure business launch pro system, actually was able to turn her business around within days, and she broke 6 figures in her first year and earned the free car with the company that she was with. which was very cool. And she's had lots of success down through her team. Now, what's very cool about this, you guys, is that she's been able to create more money part-time at her opportunity than she had full-time at her very successful retail store. And she absolutely loves network marketing now. Crystal Flynn, again, you know, when she made the decision to work with me, she was desperate to see growth in her business. She'd been stuck at the same rank for 4 years, not making any money and really wanting to see success within her team. In her first 90 days, she followed the proven system, had 10 times growth in her business, qualified for the free car program within her company, and became even a better leader than she, I mean, really, truly, she saw like her business exploded and the duplication was crazy. So she says, I highly recommend you get started today and simply become teachable and coachable and learn the system, because the system actually works. So what is this all going to entail? Well, you guys, if you just want the 8 modules and all the documents and all of that, you're going to get the video, you'll be the swipe files, the online community. It's $497. And then when I do a live event this year, you will get a free ticket to that live event, which is very exciting towards the end of the year. Now, for those of you that need a payment plan, there will be a 2-pay option of $275, because I do know that some of you are just getting started and need to have that little break for that. But I want to let you know that I do have a VIP program. Now, the VIP program is the one that Belinda went through and Lara went through and Betty Ann went through. And keeping in mind, you can create success without it, but the VIP program is literally over half sold out already. And that was before this webinar even happened. I'm doing this one webinar, that's it. Card is going to close on this right away. But for those of you that want to be able to capitalize on my coaching and my expertise, the VIP is all of the 8 modules, everything that you saw there, all the documents, swipe files, etc., as well as 4 webinars with me. Now, the webinars are coaching webinars. They are private, where I do Q&A. I really get into answering questions, helping you get unstuck, etc., and teaching some of the more high-level duplication strategies that people need to know to really, really win in network marketing. That is $997. It comes with a free ticket and free live coaching webinars that are scheduled throughout the year. They are recorded for lifetime access, so you will definitely get a much higher level. And then, of course, as well, being able to be in the VIP group allows you to get free Facebook Lives, etc., that we do throughout the year. Now, that is a 4-pay option of $275 if you choose that. And if you want to really be able to create success, I would highly recommend, like Belinda did, having your team members also start this with you. Now, you can register for this at melaniegreeno.com/BuyBLB. BUYBLB, and that's going to help you. But tonight, it says you will receive a John Maxwell bonus, and I am excited to announce that what I've decided to do, because the John Maxwell links have expired, what I'm going to do for anybody who gets started tonight, you are going to get a free bonus mastermind class, meaning anybody that does the VIP tonight and get started tonight, only tonight, you will get the VIP mastermind class. So we're going to get on a webinar together in the next 2 weeks. We're going to go through your business. You're going to set some goals, create a launch plan, etc., and really be able to launch your business into the stratosphere, which I'm super, super excited about. And like I said, there's 45 spots left. They always sell out because there's a lot of people on the webinars, and many, many people want to be able to take their business to the next level. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is I am going to unmute the phone, or unmute the phone. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to open the floor to questions and answers, or question and answer time. So I just want to make sure that we have everything we need here. So hang on 30 seconds. Can we purchase through PayPal? Great question, Judith. You absolutely can purchase through PayPal when you go to melaniegreeno.com/BLB. That's the wrong link. I am so sorry, you guys. Me and my dyslexia. Hey, did you guys know I'm dyslexic? It makes for super fun when my poor assistant is you know, trying to build this stuff for me, and I'm like, you know, spelling stuff wrong. So let me change it for you because we want to make sure that you're going to the right place. So what's really cool, you guys, is that, you know, you don't have to be a genius to actually make money. Okay, so there we go. All right, so Q&A. Yes, you can pay by PayPal. Yes, you're going to get the bonus. Thank you, Melanie. That was awesome. You're so welcome. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Mary. Thank you for coming. That's so good. I want to take the time, though, to answer any questions that you guys have. It can be about anything that you just learned. It can be about where you're stuck in your business. It can be about what's involved in the VIP program, etc. I'm going to give you guys a minute to type in any questions that you have. And of course, just know, you guys, that I am really dedicated to my students, so to speak, like meaning I bleed for you guys. Like, I want to see you guys succeed probably more than you do. So the content here is really, really, really way more than what you're paying for. And so that's probably why people are constantly referring their teams, etc. So what I'm going to do is give you a minute to type in that stuff. I'll be right back for Q&A. All right, guys, I am back. I am back. I am back. Let's talk about questions. Does anybody have any questions, anything that they want to cover, any questions about the program, any questions about their businesses, whatever you guys want? I would love to go over that. Okay, Dawn says, hey, Melanie, that was awesome webinar. I love the energy in your story. Looking forward to meeting you. Are you going to go to the women's event, Dawn? That would be amazing. The network marketing business line, or sorry, the most powerful women in network marketing. I actually forgot to tell you guys, I have an offer for you. If you want, I have discounted tickets. So if you want that, you can let me know, and I'll let you know where that is. Okay, is this successful for business that isn't a network marketing expansion program? My business is not geared towards duplication, really. Can you tell me more about that, Colleen? Like, what is your, are you in a direct sales company? Is it a traditional business? What is it that you work on? Because that'll help me answer a little bit better. No, you don't want to click the tab on the page. What I'd like you to do is type in melaniegreeno.com/buy BLB. So if you go to your web browser and type in, you will be able to reach that page, okay? So, and you guys will get it, if you have any issues with that, just type it in and we'll get you that. Oh, you're a nutritionist that provides meal plans. Absolutely. So what you do want to do, Colleen, the same stuff applies. You need a sales funnel, you need a success funnel for your people, you need a plan, you need goals. So although this is geared toward network marketing, just because, well, I built traditional and network marketing businesses, so definitely everything that you're learning can absolutely 5,000 times be applied to what you're doing. And very successfully, actually, where you have your clients then referring you and creating a referral machine, if that's what you want. I mean, do you want more clients, I guess, would be the question. So, Colleen, does that answer your question? Does that help you so that you can see there what's happening? And for the women's event, I will definitely send you a ticket. What I'll do, you guys, is I'll send you out the option in an email, in a follow-up email. I will send you the option for that as well as the links. Okay, and also, you guys, what I would highly recommend is that as you are, you know, building your businesses, no matter what business it is, the same things apply. So you want to make sure that you are getting, you know, yourself in the mindset of being the CEO, right? Because that's really what this comes down to. You are the CEO, and you're the one that's going to make it grow. Colleen says, yes, of course. Yes, of course I want more clients. Okay, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I wasn't sure if the duplication process could work with client referral or if it was more putting people on my team and having them sell as well, which isn't really appropriate for me. No, You want your clients referring other clients to you, and that definitely is appropriate and very, very good match for what you do. And they'll actually sell you for you, which is awesome. But there's some things you need to have in place, right? You need to have a customer referral program, which is super easy to put in place when you know how. You want to make sure that you have testimonies that you're gathering and some stuff that you're going to learn in that program that's going to be really powerful for you. I've leveraged multiple streams of income and just started my network marketing business again. Was in a couple companies. I'm so to the point with my duplication, leadership, and mindset, among others. Thanks, Dawn. You are awesome. I love to see people not just try network marketing one time, but do it until it works. So that's very cool. All right, you guys, I'm going to give you a 5-minute warning. Is there any questions? Because there's still a lot of you on the line and you're listening and you're on the edge of your seats. Is there anything that you need to know to make a decision tonight, to get started tonight? Any questions that you need to know about your businesses? Because you're still hanging out with me, which says to me there's something more that you want. And so I just want to know, how can I serve you? Residual income is the bomb. I agree. All right, you guys, so for those of you that get started tonight, for those of you that decide to take the whole program and go to the next level, you are going to get a free mastermind session with me, and it's very powerful. We're going to do it online together as a group. For those of you that get started with the VIP program, that is going to be your fast action for tonight. And for those of you that get started with the course, I look forward to working with you. You're going to, obviously, you'll be getting started with the program. And for those of you that aren't, take the 1 or 2 things that you learned from this webinar and apply them to your business and really tweak them. I will tell you that a coach and a mentor is important, that knowing your blueprint is important, but if you're not ready to take that step, you've got to start somewhere. Something has to change if your results are going to change. And for things to get better, you've got to get better. So with that, you guys, I hope to see you in the program. I hope to see you working towards your dreams and your goals. I am looking forward to those of you that get started to work with you, especially the VIP program, to really partner together. Keeping in mind, you guys, there is that 4-pay option. If that's what you choose to do, you can do 4 payments of $275 or just pay it all at one time. And we will do that mastermind together. It will sell out, so you're going to want to make sure that you're doing that immediately and getting started. So with that, you guys, be blessed. Is there any other questions before we kind of get going here and get on with our nights? And if you haven't done so already, you can always go into the Facebook group and add yourself, which you should have got an invite for. So with that, you guys, be blessed. Have a phenomenal night. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you. It says, hi, Melanie. Kim and I saw you in Orlando last week. We got the VIP package. Is everything included that you mentioned tonight? Yes, it is. I did an event in Orlando, and there was a lot of people actually that got started with that VIP package, and absolutely everything that I mentioned is included there tonight. You bet. So you've got the same deal, which is very cool. Sorry, guys, if you ask me a question, I can't see you. Thanks, Brian. You guys got the planners too, didn't you? That's very exciting. You guys, I do have a success planner that you can find on my website as well, and I know Brian and Kim got that, so that's very cool. It was good to see you guys there at that event. All right. Okay, guys, be blessed. We will see you. By the way, the offer for the 4-pay is only tonight. After tonight, you will not be able to buy this program or the VIP. There's going to be a window of time for you to make that purchase, but after that, it is closed indefinitely. So with that, you guys, be blessed. Have a phenomenal night, and we will see you at the Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing event in Las Vegas, which I will send out a link. If you do want that discounted ticket, you'll be able to grab it there. All right, guys, be blessed. Have a good night.